It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Hawks. They're sixth best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, Milwaukee, sitting directly below them, just one spot down.
Well, right now for Milwaukee, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's really hard to figure out exactly what's been missing, but there is something missing that perhaps could be the system they're playing in.
A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. The front court is Rizier and Johnson. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And for the Bucks, the post pair, the longtime duo of Antetokounmpo and Lopez. Damian Lillard out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Prince in at the small forward position. Capella with it, now guarded by Middleton. Here's Daniels. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the miss. Clark, we know the Bucks are a veteran team that has now leveraged their assets to try to win now.
And the question is, Kevin, do they have enough? There's a point at which veteran becomes a nicer way or a euphemism for old, especially in today's NBA. That can be a problem for you.
Now Young, after the miss 3 from Damian Lillard. They get it again. Prince with the defensive effort. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing, covered by Johnson. Hawks have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lillard against Young. Pass to Johnson. Young inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. That's on Brook Lopez. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
Hey, GA, how about Damian Lillard's time in Portland? 11 magnificent years.
I mean, Kevin, arguably the best trailblazer of all time. Rookie of the year, then 7 All-Star appearances. Dame will always be a legend in the Rose City.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Young drives in. Lopez with the block.
Big Brook Lopez gobbling up space and getting the block on that play.
Here's Daniels. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam. Wow.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, I was able to talk with Doc Rivers a few minutes ago. Now, I talked with him about the challenges of guarding someone like Trae Young. Coach said, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to be on him. I told our guys, no separation. Of course, this defense will have to be very aggressive if they hope to stop Trae. Back to you guys.
Thanks, David. Down it goes. Nice one there from Antetokounmpo.
And boy, did they need that one. Their first make in the 5 field goal attempts they've had.
Young against Lillard. Young looking it over. Up top, Capella. Lopez covering. Clock is at 3. Young passes to Capella. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And we've got a quick moment now to take a look at the long-term rebounding numbers over several seasons for Clint Capella.
It's a concerning trend for him. Whether he's lost some strength or just isn't putting in as much effort on the glass as he used to, he's not rebounding nearly as effectively anymore. And that's something that needs to change.
Trent's checked in for Taurean Prince. And a switch here also for Atlanta. DeAndre Hunter, he's checked in for Rizier.
Tell you what, Dame wasn't unknown entering the league, but I'm not sure many folks predicted this kind of career for him.
The free throw is good from Lillard. Greg, since making it to the Eastern Conference Finals in 2021, the Atlanta Hawks haven't been that good.
And it was hard to tell if that was a Cinderella run at the time, but Kevin, looking like that might have been the outlier. The Hawks took some risks to get back there, but it just hasn't worked.
And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And now look at the teams that have shot the ball the best over the course of the last month. In the third spot, the Bucks.
It's been a long month for anybody who plays these guys. I mean, they've been shooting the lights out, and it's been game after game after game.
About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Young outside. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Lillard. It's stolen by Johnson. It's stolen by Antetokounmpo. Here's Lillard, and Capella sends it back. And it's out of bounds. The Bucks able to retain possession here. And the Bucks making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Atlanta making a switch here. Trent passes to Jackson. Trent kicks to Lopez. Pass to Lillard. Got a piece of it. Here's Hunter. A beautiful reverse layup.
With a number of moves and shots to choose from, Hunter is scary. Nice bucket there.
Giannis drives in. And you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
And the Hawks making a change here. Reza Shea checked in. Okongwu dishes to Bogdanovich. Pass to Reza Shea. 6 to shoot. Okongwu with the screen for Reza Shea. Good.
I like the play call. Very solid, making perfect use of the pick to get a great look.
They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
And he's been way off the mark this quarter. It's been ugly.
And stolen by Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich throws it down.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense. Boy, just not scoring with the efficiency he'd like to. Tough quarter for him.
Here's Hunter. Count the basket.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
Middleton for 3, and that does it for the first quarter. Hawks lead by 4. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Hawks.
Their defense has been so aggressive right out of the gate, wasting no time shutting shooters down here with authority.
And I think we've also got to talk about the tempo they played with right from the get-go. I mean, they've been deadly in transition, too.
So with Lillard on the bench, here's the 5 for Doc Rivers right now. Gary Trent is out there with Jackson. And it's Green. Then it's Chris Middleton. And it's Portis in at the center, locking down the middle. Well, Greg, it took 40 years, but the Bucks finally won their second NBA title back in 2021.
Yeah, and Kareem leading that 71 squad. Giannis was the man in 2021, averaging 35 and 13 during the finals, closing out the Suns with that 50-piece in Game 6.
And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Taurean Prince, he's checked in for Green. The Bucks trail. Middleton looking it over. Another miss for him. Now shooting 1 for 4 from the floor. Here's Buffkin. Guarded by Prince. And Gary Trent gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Bogdanovich passes to Hunter. Just 5 to shoot.
Leaving no room to operate. Portis putting on the clamps.
Great D that time from Portis. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. And so it's Bogdanovich who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. They traveled to Milwaukee last time they faced the Bucks, and they came away with the win.
And whether by design or by accident, they drew so many fouls in that game. Foul trouble for the other side became a huge issue.
And as a result, there was a blowout win. I mean, credit them for initiating contact and forcing the officials to make the call.
Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, Kevin, the Bucks are still trying to perfect their chemistry. Bobby Portis says things take time. You've got to keep continuing to build it. There's another level Dame and Giannis can get to. Just making it clockwork. Then continuing to get better at it opens the floor for everyone else on the court. Kevin?
Well, David, with those two guys, Dame and Giannis, it opens the floor up a lot. Hey, thanks for the report. Here's Bufkin. After Taurean Prince's bucket, you know, a trend that's been unmistakable, Greg, over the last few decades has been the number of positionless players.
Yeah, and I think that's a great thing, right? So many players now with diversity in their skill set, and there's no need to commit a player to a certain role just based on their size.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Antetokounmpo's checked in for Gary Trent, and Lillard subbed in for Jackson. And Young kicks to Nance. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Chris Middleton. That's his first foul.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Jackson, he's checked in for the Bucks. Now, here is Young. He had 22 points in the win against the Knicks in New York. Capella with the bucket.
Capella's a capable scorer from the interior. Nice job there.
And we've got a timeout called by Doc Rivers. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly. Atlanta making a switch here. Reza Shea checked in. Here's Giannis. He's coming off a 37-point game against Orlando.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game.
Clark, what in the world is left for Giannis to accomplish at this point?
You know, Kevin, I don't know, quite honestly. I mean, perhaps more championships or MVPs. He's really done it all. Maybe a scoring title. But whatever he does from this point on, it's only going to add to what's been a Hall of Fame career.
Johnson, the pass to Capella. Back to Johnson. Pass to Young. Lays it up off the glass. And now it's an 8-point Hawks lead.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Lillard, right side. No good. Good D by Johnson. The Hawks have gone 4 of 7 from the field in this second quarter so far. Here's Young, and the rejection by Antetokounmpo.
What a swat by Giannis. Love the force he throws those shots away with.
Here's Lillard. And a great assist by Antetokounmpo as that one goes in. Lillard's got 8.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
Yep, exactly. And if there's any opportunity for early offense, you've got to push it and push it every time.
Reza Shea with it, guarded by Prince. On the wing, Daniels. Johnson outside. Over Giannis. And it comes off the front of the rim.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Lets it go from deep. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks. Joined by Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, your team is competing at a very high level. What do you think that's happening?
Well, you know, we're trying to defend, and you know, we've been a little bit fortunate too. They missed some shots, but you know, more than anything, we just want to try to guard and make it hard on them.
Got to make them feel you. Thanks, Quinn. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow right here on 2K Sports.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
In that game against the Spurs, they've had the better season, but this game feels close.
More than a few analysts have predicted enough. All right, let's get to our featured game where Trae Young has been having himself one heck of a night so far.
He's been very, very good in the first half. I like his aggressiveness mindset, the shot selection. He's got it working.
And as good as he's been so far, we know he can shift into a higher gear.
Thank you for being with us. Now,
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Here's Young. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. The pairing up front, Johnson and Capella. Daniels out there with Young. And it's Reza Shea in at the 3. From the wing, misses off the left iron.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
The drive by Giannis. Rebound, Atlanta. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. Johnson with a screen on Lillard. Here's Reza Shea. Covered by Lillard. And it's Reza Shea missing. Bucks trail by 6. Giannis drives in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
And you know, Giannis gets to the basket in a nanosecond. He feels like nobody can stop him.
Pass to Reza Shea. Johnson with a screen on Prince. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It goes on Giannis Antetokounmpo. And Reza Shea, the prototypical size and skill for a wingman.
Yeah, he's got some jelly to his game. Handle, touch. At his size, that becomes very tough to contain.
Again, Giannis missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Young's shot is good. Young's got the lead up to 8 now for Atlanta.
Oh, crafty move there by Young, finessing his way around the contact.
And let's step aside for a minute to look at some of the point guards who have been doing a whole lot more than passing lately. They're the top scorers at that position over the last 10 games. Damian Lillard is second.
Well, this is a collection of maybe the most well-rounded players in our league. I mean, to see those kinds of scoring numbers from the point guard position is crazy.
Yeah, and that's the age we're living in right now. I mean, it's not uncommon to see a point guard lead his team in scoring, which used to be almost unheard of. And these guys here are all capable of carrying the scoring load for their team on any given night. Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Middleton inside the 3-point line. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
The Hawks leading by 10. It's Young on the wing, covered by Lillard. Johnson can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
And Lillard gets it to go.
Lillard is tough in there, muscling that one home.
Now, here is Young. 10 points for him. Pass to Reza Shea. Down low. The jump hook and too long on the shot. Bucks trail by 8. Giannis dishes to Prince. Giannis kicks to Lillard. 1:44 left in the third quarter. The kick out to Lopez. Offline with his 3. Johnson with it. Lillard picks him up. Young passes to Johnson. Rebounded by the Bucks. Middleton dishes to Prince. Now here's Middleton. He's covered by Daniels. Looking to get it going. Inside. Antetokounmpo. Automatic.
You know, this is where Giannis still does most of his damage. He has the size, athleticism, and shot repertoire to hurt you inside.
And timeout is called by Quinn Snyder. He wants a minute here to get things straightened out with his team. A different look for Milwaukee. Portis, he's checked in for Lopez. Trent comes in for Prince. And it's Jackson in for Lillard. 1:05 left in the third. Pass to Hunter. The tray. No good that time.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Giannis. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on DeAndre Hunter.
You know, no opponent is willing to give Antetokounmpo an easy look. I mean, they want to make it hard on him, and he's going to get bodied up, and he's learned to accept that.
Both free throws good from Antetokounmpo.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You've got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
He had a defender all over him.
He got him good there. I mean, that's why the shot was so far off.
And he's good on the second. And so it's Atlanta with it. They've held a 12-point lead earlier. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
He hits the second from the line. 23 seconds left in the third.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, don't give them another possession here.
And they pick up 2. Antetokounmpo's got 14.
I'll tell you, they're right in this. We'll see if they can maintain momentum.
Well, it starts with defense. They got some stops, scored some buckets after that, and now we've got ourselves a ball game.
3 quarters of play in a close game here. Hawks on top, leading by just 2. And we'll get going after this from Milwaukee. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. The guard and off guard are Lillard and Trent. Bobby Portis out there with Prince, and it's Jackson in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. Hunter, no one around him. The shot's good on the assist by Nance. And the Hawks lead by 5. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Hawks.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
And not just that, they're also forcing turnovers at a high rate and taking advantage in transition. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
And that one's good. Hunter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
And nothing is falling for him right now.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
And Doc Rivers has called a timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. A different look for Milwaukee. Brook Lopez is checked in for Portis. Giannis Antetokounmpo comes in for Jackson. And Middleton subbed in for Trent. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Doc Rivers talking to the team. Now, Coach challenged him. He said, this goes beyond this game. Show me how much heart you have for the season. Fight until the final buzzer. Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much, David. Here's Young. Giannis Antetokounmpo making his last shot. Driving in. Giannis is unstoppable.
When it comes to stuffing the stat sheet, Antetokounmpo does it very well in just about every category. But his greatest strength is he's a dominant scorer.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Here's Johnson following the basket by Giannis.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
It will go down, and the Hawks' lead is cut down now to just 3 in the basket from Lillard.
Custom crafted for moments just like this. Damian Lillard.
And Young kicks to Johnson. Pass to Rizachet. Into the lane, and the turnover again by Atlanta.
And what a time to get sloppy. A close game like this, you cannot be getting loose with the ball.
Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
You know, feeling very comfortable taking a big shot when his team needs it. That's a sign of how Antetokounmpo has matured recently.
Young and Middleton with the block. Here's Prince. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis. Giannis has got 3 assists in the game. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
They've been so aggressive getting out on shooters all game long. Nothing's getting past this defense, and that, to me, has been impressive.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth.
This is why people are just so high on Young, because he comes through with big shots in the game.
Antetokounmpo, no good. The Hawks leading. Young with the ball. Guarded now by Prince. A nice shot by Young.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and Coach knows it.
Showing no signs of slowing or cooling down. They're going to ride him as far as he can take him.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Well, you got to have a plan for Giannis on the drive. I mean, he's extremely aggressive. The defense really unable to handle it.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. Atlanta leading by 3. High post Young. Here's Rizachet. Banked in off the glass. 6 points for Rizachet.
You know, a stellar floor general. Young has that uncanny ability to find his guys at the right time.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
You know, you can't be overzealous inside when you guard Young. You got to be better at contesting without fouling.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
And I'm sure he would like to have had all of those, but he's still able to pad the lead.
Lopez passes to Antetokounmpo. Shoots over Capella, and the Bucks miss again. And Atlanta has possession. And stolen by Lillard. And now running up the court, Lillard pushing it up. It counts. And now they trail by just 4.
It's not all about him out there. Giannis, a real example of a team-first guy.
Here's Young. Lopez with the block. Prince wide open. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so it's the Hawks who come out on top. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now we'll go to David Aldridge, who's standing by with our player of the game. Take it away, David.
Kevin, thank you. Trey, this is a young team. So what is the chemistry and connection that lets you play together so well?
I mean, if you're around us outside of the locker room, you can tell why we support each other so well, and the energy we have for each other on the court. I mean, you can tell the reason why we do that. And I mean, I love this group.
Well, congrats on the win, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Trae Young.